welcome to your messages for the month. These are your messages for the month of October 2024. So this is when the messages are coming out, but as I always say, I think the messages are forever. They are for whenever they resonate and whenever they apply to you. So if you haven't already seen the messages for September, that was all about why we need to love ourselves, warts and all. That was a really important message. Link in the description, video in the end screen, because I'm sure it's still really relevant. And this week's messages, I'll also put a link in the description and the video in the end screen, because they were about observing the tower falling from a place of stillness. And I'd be really interested to know whether you're experiencing that, because I am. Anyway, the only other message would be, don't forget Tarot and Beyond, our free online event. If you love tarot and you love the guidance that comes through, the spiritual lessons and all of that, the lovely Liz Nagel and I are doing Tarot and Beyond. It's the second Sunday of every month. So the next one is Sunday, the 13th of October. And 7 p.m. in Spain, 6 p.m. in the UK. All the details and the Zoom link that you need to access the free session, the free event, are on the homepage of my website at deborahjanesutton.com. So the link for that is also in the description. So take a look at that if it resonates. And yeah, we'd love to see you there. So can we please have some messages, some heads up, some guidance for the month of October? Thank you. Anything else for the month of October? Thank you. Just checking that's it. Take a nice inhalation, calm the mind down as we activate our intuition and see what comes. So, face down. Yes, I don't know what the astrology is doing this month, but we are kind of in an eclipse season. So I'm not surprised that the Ace of Cups has come up, because this is a new avenue, a new channel in your life. Something new. It doesn't matter what. It could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be an activity, a hobby, a job, a project, a new way of thinking, a new way of living. It's cups. So it's not the thinking sign, but it is the heart sign. And we are learning to think with our hearts. We're following our hearts. So whatever this avenue is, it's something that your heart wants you to do. And your mind might be telling you not to. So think with your heart. That's already the message. Think with your heart. Feel with your mind. But yeah, this is a new avenue. It's loving, it's spiritual, it's intuitive, it's creative. Cups is beautiful. Cups is all of that. Cups is water. So it's also the energy of going with the flow, which of course we know we need to do, right, as energy beings. So this is beautiful. There is a new opportunity to open up some kind of new channel in our lives, where we can express our hearts and we can follow our hearts, express our divinity. Yeah, this is the direction for us. Whatever it is our direction that we need to go in. Interesting, we've got the 5 of Cups. Anyone new, welcome to the channel. Just to let you know, my cards are face down. That's why I always look a little bit surprised when I pick them up. So the 5 of Cups is about saying goodbye to something. Now it's come on the heels of this, and I'm still not surprised about this, because as we evolve and move into more of who we are, we're saying goodbye to all the parts of us that we're not. And we're not our ego. We're not our history. We're not our experiences. We often create identities around parts of our ego, or even parts of our flaws. I know that I used to do this. I used to be a bit of a drinker, And so I would identify with being a drinker. I identified with being a party animal or a party girl or something like this. I don't drink anymore. So I had to release that identity that I had in myself. Um, so often we do kind of create an identity around who we think we are, even if it's like our job. And we say things like, I am an estate agent or I am a massage therapist. And I remember what comes after I am. You're claiming it. You're claiming it. You're manifesting it. You're creating it. Remember that. So if it's something positive, that's fine. But even the identities that we've created, that we perceive as being positive, we need to be detached from them. So this new direction could be taking us away from who we think we are. And it could be taking us away from where we think, where our human thinks our life is going. Even if you say something like, I am an energy healer, maybe that's not for you anymore. Maybe that served you up until this point, and there's something new coming in. I am a tarot card reader. I am in this moment. Maybe this avenue for me has nothing to do with tarot. We need to be detached from the identities that we have put upon our human self. Because if we're really going to evolve and ascend and become enlightened or whatever phrases we want to use, we need to be able to let go of whatever this is, because what's coming in is the new identity, or maybe not an identity, but just a new way of being, I want to say, a new way of loving, a new way of understanding. And you notice with this card, that we see the castle in the background in tarot represents our goals in life, whatever they may be, whether they be spiritual or financial or I don't know what. And that shows that it's in the distance, right? But turning around from this upset and this loss, and seeing these two cups leads this character to the bridge which takes them to the goals in life. And this, of course, will be our soul's goals, and not our humans, because our humans' goals have been programmed, haven't they? And we're evolving, and we can evolve as fast as we like in each lifetime. We've probably spent lifetimes where we haven't evolved much at all. And then we can spend other lifetimes where we've evolved quite a lot. And if you're active in understanding this great awakening, there's quite a lot of evolution going on, isn't there? So we really are evolving into a species. Humanity is evolving into something that we've never seen in our human experience in this lifetime so far. So there really is new land opening up for us. And I think we really need to release the identity. This card comes up when we lose people as well. And it could be relevant. Some people might be following their heart and going overseas. They might be following their heart and leaving a job. They might be following their heart and leaving a relationship. All sorts of things like that. And of course, there is grief. Even if you're the one doing it, there's loss and sadness, when relationships are over, or when you just move from one lifestyle to another, one country to another. Um, Whatever the moving on is, whatever this new channel is, it's taking us away from a part of us that we might find quite sad. That's all it's saying. But it's also making it clear that that's something that we need to do. That change that is being portrayed in these cards is something that our soul has asked us to do. It's something that we need to do. And when we know that, it does make it easier. It makes it easier for this figure to turn around and allow the new energy in. You have to let go of the old energy before the new energy can come in. That's the way it works, right? So, yes, interesting. I like that. Yeah, creative. Yeah, the mother figure, absolutely beautiful. She is um, this is a major arcana, so she's very powerful. She's the birthing sign. She's the mother sign. She is a pregnancy card for anybody that is looking to have a human baby. But most of us are literally pregnant with this new energy that's coming in, which is taking us in this new direction. So for some people, this new channel could be having a physical baby. It's just that with the Great Awakening as it is, and with the everybody raising their frequency, this could be, a book, a project. Like I said before, you're actually manifesting and bringing into earth something that is really high vibrational, something your soul has chosen for you to accomplish and achieve in this lifetime. And it will be something connected to your intuition, your spirituality, your heart, your desires, your love, all of this, and your creativity. I mean, she is the sign of creativity. So if you're not having a physical baby, I'm not, then we're having something else, right? So what is it? Is it a project? What is it? We are creating it. Collectively, we know that we're creating heaven on earth, and she is very connected to Mother Nature. She is the divine feminine, and the divine feminine, of course, comes from Mother Nature. So I'm getting that this is also a collective thing. By us following our hearts individually in our perceived individuated souls, by following our heart and creating whatever it is that we want to create, what we're actually doing is we're putting that thread into the tapestry of humanity. And our thread is really important. One thread on its own doesn't make a tapestry. But a tapestry with a thread missing just doesn't look right. You are that thread. And it's important that we do what we want to do and create what we want to create in order to make as a collective that beautiful tapestry of heaven on earth. It's kind of really beautiful, isn't it? So she is giving birth to heaven on earth, but in order to do that, we all individually need to do what our souls want us to do. It's all been orchestrated. It's so powerful because everything is interlinked. And, I will need your services. You will need somebody else's services. Other people will come to my services. And, this is how it's the beautiful tapestry. And it does involve moving on in so many different ways. This is a physical moving on card. He's physically in a boat going to calmer waters. This is the conflict. Remember last week's messages? Can you observe the tower falling from a place of stillness? Because he's moving into tranquil waters. He's not stopping the conflict. He's moving to a higher level of consciousness where he can observe conflict from a place of peace. That's last week's. I thought it was going to be relevant. It is still relevant, obviously. The message might have come last week, but it's not only for last week, right? I'm finding that each message builds on the next one. Okay. So, the link for that one is in the description. This, of course, is a message for the whole of October, just reminding myself. So this is interesting. So yeah, we have time to get this project out. It's not something we have to do this week. It's not something we have to do this month. It's just telling us that it's coming in now. And I really feel that. I really feel that. So yeah, he's moving on. And I like the fact that it's swords because swords is the mental processes. And it does show that the universe is mental and that we are creating everything from ideas. Our thoughts become things. Thoughts, words, deeds, that's how we manifest, right? So everything starts as a thought, everything starts as an idea, even us, right? So even if you just have an idea and you think, oh, the pipe dream, can't realize that, this month's messages are saying, yeah, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I think that message was relevant for somebody. I'm glad the swords came in because it's a reminder that everything starts as an idea, even having that physical baby, right? But yeah, there's an idea going on. And those of us that are tuned into that, you've got to run with that idea. But there's still a lot of us that are programmed to think that you can't afford that to do it. You haven't got enough time. You haven't got enough energy. You don't have the luck. Who says you don't have the luck? Oh, I'm not that lucky to let. Oh no, you see, this is the luck. You have to have the strength to walk away from things that are not serving you, and your heart will know the truth. Your heart will know. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people that come to me for private readings, you know, it's because they want confirmation. They want confirmation that turning around and going in this direction is the right thing for them to do, even though they already know that in their heart. You know, we know all of it in our heart, right? The last card this month is the Emperor. Now, what is so beautiful about this? He is about stepping into your power. He is about understanding that our power lies in following our heart. Our power lies in following our heart. We think that it's a risk. We think that, we're taking a bit of a gamble here, because it's a step into the unknown. We might be taking a drop in salary, or we might be, taking up a lot of time that we think we need for something else. We think that it's kind of not the most sensible move, but he's telling us it is, because that's where our power lies. And interesting, the word sensible. I just want to say something about that. This is why it's so lovely having foreign friends, because when I use the word sensible, I was brought up to think that sensible was kind of like doing as you're told and not being too outlandish and doing the right thing. Who says what's the right thing and what isn't the right thing? But I always thought of sensible people being there's a little uh, energy of like boring attached to it. But really, when you break the word down, sensible means using your senses. I mean, a lot of people would say reading tarot is not a sensible thing to do, right? Sensible people don't read tarot. But the word sensible literally means using your senses. That's what we're doing with following our heart. We're using our senses, our sense of feeling. For some people, it could be a vision. For some people, they could be hearing messages like this one. Sensible means follow your senses, you know, and heighten. Your intuition is a sense. Follow your intuition. Now, you see, the way I was brought up, people follow your intuition over here, and people are sensible over here. Whereas now I'm seeing it very differently. I'm seeing sensible as being following your senses. It is sensible to follow your heart. It's sensible to follow your vision. It's sensible to follow your feelings, because that's our senses, isn't it? Follow your feelings. So that's a little, I like that about the word sensible. So you can be sensible. It's definitely not boring. It's taking you in the right direction. Our power lies in using our senses. Our power lies in using our senses. That's what he's saying, because he's all about your power and stepping into your power and us understanding where our power lies. And it lies in following our heart, following our feeling, and yeah, being sensible. Now, what is beautiful, I'm going to add this little extra on, because those of you that are looking for love, I think you might find it this month, because we have what we call divine counterparts, and they're major arcana. Major arcana, divine counterparts. You've got the Emperor and the Empress coming up together. That's the divine masculine energy, which we get from Father Sun, and the divine feminine energy from Mother Earth. I've said it so many times, just barefoot on the grass or in the sand or in the mud, if you're in England, face the sun or the cloud that the sun is behind, if you're in England, and open your heart. Feel the divine masculine coming in. Feel the divine feminine coming up from the earth to your heart, creating, flowing from the heart. Seventh Hermetic principle, the principle of gender. We need the divine masculine and the divine feminine in order to create anything divine. In order to create heaven on earth, we need this combination. So this is perfect because we are creating new, we're creating heaven on earth. There's a reminder that we need this divine masculine and feminine. So this is about us embodying all of that in our uniqueness, in our individuated soul self, but also when you see the two come up together, if you are looking for love, I think you might find it this month. I feel quite emotional saying that. So I think there is some truth there. Oh, I've got truth bumps as well. Wow, please tell me in the comments because I do love a good love story. But even so, it could be a business partner, of course, it could be a soulmate, it could be just you getting all of you together in order to create whatever this is. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful reading for October, isn't it? Yeah, beautiful. We're just saying goodbye to parts of us that are not serving us anymore, parts of our identity that maybe have served us. They may have served us, they may not have served us, but either way, we need to be detached from who we think we are in order to step into who we really are. Beautiful. Oh, my heart feels so expanded. Thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. I love you all. Have a fantastic month. Look out for the messages for the coming week as well. Bye for now.